to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got.
Who's ready for some Sunday night hoops from Palmerston North? It's round one of the NZNBL live here on Sky Sport from the Ballroom deep inside Arena Manawatu, with the Manawatu Jets getting ready to take on their regional rivals, the Taranaki Mountainairs. Kia ora, a very good afternoon to you. I'm Hugh Bainan. Alongside me today, former Tall Black Miles Pearce. And Miles, long old off-season, great to have some basketball back in the Manawatu, taking on their neighbourly rivals.
It's absolutely fantastic. Naki coming off a bit of a hit last night, but the guys look fresh and ready to go, and an exciting young team for the Jets. Looking forward to this one.
Plenty of youth on display today. There's Hayes Walker. He's one of them, a former Manawatu Jet back in his hometown of Palmy Dice. Ready to show some of his old friends what he's made of now. He wears the yellow and black. And of course, big Ty Wynyard. And let you say the Airs coming off a bit of a blood nose from the Auckland Tuatara last night, and they had to make their way down the country today, so we'll see how they bounce back. We'll also see a lot of fresh faces, a lot of debuts for the Manawatu Jets, not least head coach Natu Tawhale. Here's the ladder. So wins so far in round one for the Southern Sharks. The Tuatara on debut, the Giants, the Rams, and the Franklin Bulls just finished. If you watch that game, a close one, a nail-biter, a win in Hawke's Bay over the Hawks. So good win for the Franklin Bulls. Can the Jets join that pack, or will it be the Taranaki Mountainairs who reach 500 for the season at this early juncture? Games to come at the start of round two. The Airs back in action. No rest for Taranaki when they take on the Hawks, the Giants, and Alonzo Mourning III, who turned a few heads on opening night. Well, he'll go up against Rob Lowe and Chris Johnson, already sitting their stall out as one of the more fearsome front courts in the NZNBL. The Nuggets back in action against the Wellington Saints. Two teams there who will be desperate to bring in the Cavaliers and the Cavalry over the next couple of weeks as players come back from overseas. We'll have a look at some starting lineup, shall we? Starting with the Taranaki Airs. Richie Roger made his way north from Otago. He starts tonight with hometown boy Hayes Walker. Carlin Davison, very much the young side of the spectrum, and quite the opposite. That man on your screen, Aaron Bailey-Noel, 40 years of age. In another season here, he notched up game 300 last year, and of course, Ty Wynyard. Let's hear from their head coach, Trent Adam.
Afternoon, Trent. Good to have you here in the mighty Manawatu. Tough double for you guys. How are you looking to approach this game?
Yeah, disappointing result for us last night. Felt we weren't as accurate as we needed to be. So I suppose the best thing about the double header is we get a chance to rectify that today and don't have to sort of sit on that performance for the remaining of the week.
That is a great way to look at it. And Ty Wynyard's bringing some size to your team, something that the Jets don't really have at the moment without their imports. How are you going to take advantage of that?
Yeah, Ty is an integral part of our team, regardless of who we're playing. And I suppose this week provides an opportunity, making sure Ty is sort of diligent in how he's playing and staying out of foul trouble. We think over the course of the game, hopefully he could sort of impose his will on the game for us. Thank
you very much. Good luck, mate.
For the Manawatu Jets, so we've worked out that between this active roster today, Miles, they play 33 games of NBL basketball. Aaron Bailey-Noel has played 303, so certainly inexperienced, but excitement as well. Paith Momoisia, former Otago Nugget, he now wears green and white, right? Ben Robertson on debut, as are the two Salmon brothers, Klein and Nathaniel, and Isaac Morrison returns again for the Jets. Brand new head coach, long-time member of basketball in New Zealand. Let's hear from Natu Tawhale.
G'day, mate, and welcome back to the sidelines after a wee break. Just new opportunity, new franchise. How are you guys approaching the season?
We've been working pretty hard the last 9 weeks. The word is excited. I think we're excited about getting started tonight. A bit anxious, but obviously we're excited for the team, the new franchise, and ownership and the community.
Mate, you've got a great young lineup and probably not a lot of size without your imports. How are you going to deal with the size of Ty Wynyard?
Yeah, I mean, they had a loss last night, so we're thinking we could be the brunt of something fiery today. So we're just going to have to compete defensively on the boards, get our fair share of the rebounds, and if we can get out and run, then that's going to help us. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day if Ty's camped down there and he just puts pressure on us. So.
Awesome, mate. Thank you for your time and good luck.
There is Natu Tawhale alongside long-time Manawatu Jet Tia Tamata Frost. Let's have a look at the head-to-head stats for this one, shall we, between these two teams. No secret that both were at the wrong end of the ladder last year, Miles, but both teams with some promising rosters looking to make that climb in 2022.
They do indeed, with the pieces to add as well, which is very promising for both these sides. The Airs definitely have the experience in this one, but it's going to be a very interesting hit out, a really good hit out for some of these young guys from the Jets. Really looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the floor.
Referees for today, Melanie O'Connor, Callum Welch and Hayden Pike. There is Callum Welch. And how much do you think fatigue is going to play in this game, Miles, after the flight down from Auckland for the Taranaki Airs?
You'd like to think early on in the season their legs are still fresh, but realistically playing, and some of the guys who have played heavy minutes last night, that's going to impact that. So hopefully it's not too long a flight down to the beautiful Manawatu. But time will tell, as they say.
And it is beautiful Manawatu today. What an absolute stunner of a day.
Glorious day.
Oh, look at these fans. They're ready to go. A couple of good weeks. I hope they're weeks.
Always a good crowd here in Palmy.
It is a great crowd in the ballroom today. It's a big sporting day in Palmerston North. Also some ANZ Premiership netball happening here. The Central Pulse playing as well. So big sporting day for locals here.
It's a full car park.
And it's going to be Ty Wynyard and Isaac Morrison who get us going once the clock's good to go here in the ballroom. It's been a off-season of change for the Jets. Miles, new owners, new management, new coach, and almost an entirely new roster as well. New threads as well, of course. I'm wearing the New Balance gear, looking great. I love the new logo, new rebrand as well for the Jets as well, looking wonderful out there. Nothing new about Aaron Bailey-Noel as he gets ready to go again. And Ty Wynyard wins the tip, and we're underway. And here's Richie Roger, who'll get us going for the Taranaki Airs. Bailey-Noel looks inside to Ty Wynyard, and there's the first points for the big man, Wynyard. And that is going to be something that the Jets will have to figure out a way to deal with, or it's going to be a very, very long night for them. Seven. Come the Jets the other way. Klein Salmon, that is, wearing number 9. Pay for Momoisia. Looks inside to Robertson, has to go up. Shot clock, Momoisia finds a bit of space, gets his own rebound. And they reset. Robertson thought about the shot, instead finds Nathaniel Salmon. His 3-ball doesn't go. And here comes Carlin Davison the other way. Definitely had some highlights last year, Carlin. Athletic, plays above the rim, it was always exciting to watch. Roger, looking for Ty Wynyard, eventually finds him. He's a tall black at the age of 16, Ty Wynyard tries to muscle his way in, he does so successfully. Well, Ty Wynyard looking a monster early on here. And that's back-to-back buckets down low in the post. The Jets are really going to need to look to address that. There we go. First points of the season for the Manawatu Jets. First point of the NBL career for Nathaniel. Nathaniel Salmon. Backcourt cut from Hayes Walker. Salmon meets him at the rim. Pins it on the backboard. Welcome to the NBL, Nathaniel Salmon. Here's Ben Robertson. His 3 doesn't go. Momoisia punches it out like an AFL player, but only out of bounds. Well, Nathaniel Salmon certainly got the fans into the season already, hasn't he? Indeed. He is an exciting part of the Junior Tall Black squad at the moment, and very much looking forward to what he and a number of others can do this NBL season, Sal's NBL. Already on display, Tom Beattie, Charlie Dalton, Hunter Adam, all playing Campbell Scott, all playing in the Sal's NBL. Ty Wynyard with the dancing feet, and Carlin Davison puts the exclamation mark on it. There's the athletic prowess that we mentioned just a moment ago. Just raw athleticism from New Plymouth Boys High's Carlin Davison. Here's Ben Robertson. I've been St. Patstown. He worked with former Tall Black Brendan Polyblank, and his development over the last few years that I've seen is absolutely phenomenal. So it's great to see him come out and playing as well as he is. Referee's just talking something over. The shot didn't hit the rim from Robertson. And they reset the shot clock without it hitting the rim. So they're just going to reset it, I believe, to a couple of seconds. Referee Hayden Pipe just getting the info from the score bench. 2 seconds will go up.
And it's early in the season where these things are tested. Your offenses, do you have a short clock out of bounds? Who's taking the shot? It's these sorts of things that early on you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Just working on the shot clock here. Not the usual arena for the Jets. Normally playing next door in Fly Palmy Arena. So there's referee Hayden Pike, man who knows a thing or two about a shot clock. So does that man.
I feel like Hayden may have more games in the NBL than the Jets roster.
Well, there's Mr. 300, Aaron Bailey-Knoll. That was an emotional night last year when he notched up 300 with his family alongside him. One of just a handful to make it to 300. Just 2 players have ever made to 400 miles in the NBL.
Phil Jones?
The Reefton kid.
Oh, that's a very good question. Who was the other one?
He's not a small figure in New Zealand basketball.
Would he be towards this area?
He was the CEO of New Zealand basketball.
Yeah, there we go.
Dylan Boucher.
That guy.
Yeah. But speaking of not small figures, Pera Cameron also in the building tonight,
yes.
of course, part of the Taranaki Airs outfit, as well as being head coach of the Tall Blacks, as well as being very much in the conversation for the greatest Tall Black of all time. And we're back underway after a few clock issues here.
There we go.
That's Klein Salmon, his 3-ball short. Bailey-Knoll gets his hands on it. And here comes Hayes Walker. Here's Davison. Wynyard, hand off to Walker. Looking for Wynyard, good defense from the Jets. And that will be Manawatu ball. A good defensive set from this young Jet side.
Well executed offense, so ball moved side to side. Unfortunately for the Airs, they just didn't end up with space that they probably would have liked.
Here's Robertson. Another young man we can add to mullet watch. 2022 in the South NBL. Good offensive ball from Isaac Morrison. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 at the Racine foul stripe.
This young group's definitely going to play hard, and that's a great way to get extra possessions, is just crash that offensive glass. They're giving up inches at a number of positions, so they've got to be able to fight for that ball.
High arcing free throw off the front iron. Talking to Natu Tafale, former colleague of mine at Basketball New Zealand, and overseeing coaching in New Zealand for a long time, and now he's back courtside. Great to see. He said he's got a great group of young players. Here's Ty Wynyard. Pavement Wesia does very well to affect Wynyard's shot. Puts the ball up for Salmon. He does well to go and get it. Here's Klein Salmon. Momoisia. Shot goes up and down from Salmon. And another 3-ball for the Jets. 6 apiece here in Palmy Dice. Klein Salmon doing a great job on Hayes Walker, making him pass up the rock. There we go inside to Ty Wynyard. Isaac Morrison trying to deal with the athleticism and the strength of Wynyard, and Wynyard's fouled by Ben Robertson. Ty Wynyard makes his way to the Racine foul line for the first time tonight.
That was a great seal there. Like to call that the Mike Hommick in homage to the great man. But Hunty doing a great job sealing that to create some space for Ty to do his thing.
Scott Telfer into the game for the Taranaki Airs, as well as Luca Richards on debut for the Manawatu Jets.
Exciting prospect, eligible for the Junior Tall Blacks group as well, out of Kapiti.
Wynyard makes his second. Comes Momoisia. Nathaniel Salmon just loses the rock under duress from Aaron Bailey-Knoll. Not the first, won't be the last. Bailey-Knoll settles in the post, wants the ball from Davison, gets it. Here's Richie Roger. Ran the cutter for the Otago Nuggets last year. A surprising off-season move, but a great get from the Taranaki Airs to bring Richie Roger back to the Airs. He is a Dunedin lad, but had played for the Airs previously.
That's a great pickup for them. Just a capable guard who can run offense, knock down open shots, and looking to get a little bit of a different experience further north.
Northam native Tukaha Cooper into the game. Played a handful of games last year for the Jets. Looking for a bigger role this year. Here's Scott Telfer looking inside to Wynyard. Wynyard fouled by Richards.
And after the Airs,
first assignment for young Luca Richards, still at school.
Indeed. It is indeed. After coming off a fairly tough outing last night, the Airs yet to shoot a 3 where they didn't shoot the ball that well, only 7%. Definitely had that focus inside.
Cooper just poked the ball out of bounds, so the Airs will go again. Kemp down in the Manawatu half of the court at the moment. They're going to come away with some points. Davison turns the corner. Bailey Knoll. 3 ball doesn't go. I'm almost there with another rebound. Number 3 for Paith.
Great hands from the old man, able to break up a transition basket.
Aaron Bailey Knoll takes a seat. Elijah Puna into the game. It was quiet yesterday. So big raps on young Elijah Puna. Kiwi, who's grown up in Australia under the tutelage of Pato Cameron.
Getting him out of Logan Basketball, Logan Thunder. Already had experience in the NBL 1 over there, which is a very good league.
Davison. To the hoop goes Carlin Davison, and to the Rosine foul stripe he'll now go.
A fairly low-scoring affair so far, but which is kind of playing into the Airs' hands, coming off that back-to-back in the flight this morning to get down here. The Jets may want to look to up the tempo and just test the legs.
Carlin misses his first. Averaged just a tick over 8 points and 4 rebounds last year. Had a 16-point outing against Auckland. Oh, good offensive ball by Telfer, and he gets 2. Saves Davison's blushes from the line.
Pape directing traffic. It's good to see the Jets actually trying to take advantage of some of the size that they do have and posting up some of the wings and guards.
Nathaniel Salmon's 3 doesn't go. Rebounded by Wynyard. Puna. And here's Telfer. Ty Wynyard trying to find position down low. Richie Roger skips into the lane. Puna for 3. Down it goes. Elijah Puna from beyond the arc.
He definitely has that ability from the word that I've been hearing, which is really, really good to see him knock that down, and an impressive skill set.
Klein Salmon straight out in front, off the back iron, rebounded by Davison. And the Airs come the other way at speed. Ty Wynyard. Fleet of foot, Ty Wynyard and a 2-handed slam. That's a big man move from Ty Wynyard. Timeout from the Jets.
Ty here, lovely little jab to create some space. Richards cut him off, and amazing little reverse pivot on the spin to get to the cup.
Spun on a dime, didn't he? Well, as these two teams talk it over, we should mention, Miles, of the poignancy of this afternoon's game. South's NBL family lost Jake McKinley just before Christmas in 2021. Palmerston North Boys High School student, member of the Manawatu Jets, and before tip-off today, there was a lovely tribute from the Taranaki Airs, and they handed over his jersey to Jake's family.
Hayes Walker presenting that jersey was a longtime friend and teammate. They played a lot of basketball together here, and it was a tragedy to lose Jake in that accident.
One or two fallen brothers over the off-season, of course, the great Kenny McFadden as well. So it was an emotional start to this game and this season for the Manawatu Jets. I've just talked it over with their coaches. And back out there, 15-6 down to the Taranaki Airs. Just under 4 to go in this first quarter.
the Jets are working their tails off. They really need to find a way to contain some of the inside presence that the Airs have got right now. The points in the paint is going to be a tough one.
Well, Hayes Walker with the defensive pressure forces the turnover.
This is a matchup that I have seen many a time. Walker versus Fa'amasili. Fa'amasili, part of the Junior Tall Blacks with Sam Meninga, James Moores, Cruz Parrott Hunt that went through that last group. Played basketball together for school representative for a long time, so that's always going to be a fun matchup.
Great block there, Tukaha Cooper. And blindside block on Aaron Bailey-Knoll. Here's Fa'amasili. Flying salmon put up from the elbow. Rebound, Luca Richards. Cooper. 2 on the shot clock. It's got to go up. And it doesn't. Shot clock violation. The defense from the Taranaki Airs.
Great defensive coverage there with the Airs showing out on that on-ball screen. Just shut down options. Shut down passing lanes. And no, that's something that the Airs, talking to Coach Trent Adams, going to be big on this year.
Davidson, a screen from Bailey-Knoll. They don't come any other way from Auntie. 3 ball. Doesn't go, but a foul. Luca Richards got a piece of Elijah Puna. And he'll go to the Racine foul line for 3.
It's a tough close out there, and a guy that can obviously shoot the ball and knock down his first one. You want to try and run him off the line. You don't want to give him the opportunity to see Moore go through the hoop from the free throw line.
Average 6.5 points in NBL 1 last year, as you mentioned, Miles, for the Logan Thunder, who are NBL 1 North champions.
In what is a fairly stacked conference, that NBL 1 North. Some really good teams all the way throughout Queensland, all throughout Australia. So it's great that he can come in with that experience.
Offensive foul called on Luca Richards. Couple of coach killers early for Ngātu Tawhele.
Well, Luke coming from Kapiti, Luke is probably going to be a little bit of a fish out of water here in the NBL for the first couple of minutes. It's great to see him play.
Jacob Collis into the game. 3rd Palmerston North Boys High School student on the court now. It's Hayes Walker, one of the former ones. Can't get his one to go. The foul called on Scott Telfer.
And Collis, a long-time Manawatu representative throughout the age groups. It's great to see him step up, and it's been a part of the Jets squad in the past. Great to see him earning some minutes this year with this young squad.
Almost a beautiful pass from Cooper, but Puna picked it off. And here comes Richie Roger. Well, Puna left it behind though. Cooper cleans it up, draws a foul, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
I feel if Trent had a coach's challenge, he may have thrown that one down.
Yeah, calling for the push-off was Taranaki.
You can see him there, questioning that. There was some contact both ways, I think, and I believe if there was a challenge to be had, he would be challenging at this very moment.
Cooper doesn't care about that. Tukaha Cooper as he makes his first. And the Jets take the lid off the rim, which has been there for the middle part of this first quarter. 2 minutes to go in the first term. 10-point lead to the Airs. Here's Hayes Walker. Stagnant offense here so far from the Airs. Walker tries to inject some energy into it. Here's Richie Roger. Pulls up from the elbow. Short and a good defensive set. Oh, Aaron Bailey-Knoll does what he's done for so long. Gets the offensive board. Hayes Walker drives, offensive foul to call. Isaac Morrison flips up onto his feet, and the crowd love it.
You see that take down the lane. Isaac was definitely, that was a lovely athletic
It
get
was.
up.
Jeez, I wish I could do that. Isaac Morrison.
That's a big man doing some fancy things right there.
Certainly is.
Hopefully that can translate to some on-court play.
Tukaha Kupa out of Whangarei Boy Tai brings the ball up.
Product of Ray Cameron.
They're everywhere, these Camerons, aren't they?
They are. To say they've got a fingerprint on the game in New Zealand is probably an understatement.
Basketball royalty, as we have a foul there. Puna called for the foul, I think.
It's
so
just
Farmasili goes to the line.
It's a little scrappy these last couple of minutes for the Airs. They probably want to try and tidy up, particularly on the defensive end. A couple of reaches, a couple of just little things like that. And despite the presence of Wynyard, they're still down on the boards. Fa'amasili knocking down the first and the second. He's played a lot of basketball in this gym. Jet showing a little zone press.
3 minutes of the game. Here's Ty Wynyard. Going to work and going to work well. Ty Wynyard. He's got 10 now. The 3x3 tall black. Farmasili almost with a perfect pass to Cooper. Just couldn't bring it in. As Ben Robertson checks back into the game for the Jets.
I don't know if Cooper realised he was actually open when Farmasili threw that pass. With Morrison checking out, the Jets just go a little smaller. Hopefully they can try and increase the tempo for this last minute, get up and down.
Benji Freeman into the game for the Airs. Running downhill towards the hoop. Swatted away. And it will be Jets ball. .40 seconds to go in this first quarter. Can the Jets finish it? Single-digit deficit. Farmasili finds Ben Robertson. Inside is Collis. Can he get his hand on it? He tips it out to Cooper. 3 ball. Back iron.
Let's see if the Airs play this for the last possession here.
Richard Roger makes the call. And
there we
reset.
go. And that's what you get with Roger coming up from Otago. High IQ, knows what's going on, time and score situations.
And here is Richie Roger trying to put a full stop on the first quarter, and he does just that. And that'll do us for the first term of action here at the Ballroom. Richie Roger finishes it off with this 3 ball from the corner. The Taranaki Airs lead the Manawatu Jets 23-10 at quarter time. And we'll be back after the break live on Sky Sport.
We'll grab that t-shirt. That's the one. All right. Let's see what you've won. The South t-shirt. Good up for Braxton. Nice. Good work, mate. Thank you.
Welcome back to the ballroom, deep inside Arena Manawatu and Atahua, Palmerston North, where the Airs lead the Jets 23-10 at quarter time. Hugh Baden here alongside Miles Pearce. The final game of round 1 of the NZNBL. And the Jets in a 13-point hole. In front of a good crowd here in Palmerston North to get the season underway.
It is indeed, and the Jets are playing hard. Unfortunately, you just can't get them to go. They're 2 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 8 from the three-point line, whereas the Airs are really hanging their hat on their inside points in the paint. The Ty Wynyard leading away 4 of 5 from the floor.
Heath Momosia, can he get the Jets going? That one's off to the right and will be Airs ball. Well, Coach Tafale before the game telling me that these boys never give up. So we'll see that here in the second quarter. Good see Perry Cameron off the bench, barking orders to the Airs. Over 200,
formidable voice.
Over 200 games for the Tall Blacks.
And it was entertaining at our junior Tall Blacks camp we held recently. And Pero was there and gave some feedback to some of the guys. And at the end of practice, one of the young men said, the large guy, the big Tall Blacks man told me this.
The big Tall Blacks man.
So do you mean Pero?
If only there was a book out there that would tell you everything you need to know about Perry Cameron.
I feel like there would be a great book that gives us the history of the Tall Blacks, particularly those who have played a lot of games.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
You don't know of anything out there available?
I have heard of one.
You've heard of one?
Ballin and Black.
Yeah.
Available from all good bookstores.
There we
and
go.
Online.
Author, a good guy?
I've heard good things.
Good things, yeah. Little hold up here with the referees.
Mel O'Connor celebrating her 400th game in a few weeks' time as a referee in the NBL.
That's a lot more than the Jets lineup.
It is. Bit of pressure from this young Jets lineup as the Airs bring the ball up the court. Here's Carlin Davison.
And I like the change in defense that Coach Tafale's putting out there. It's just something to throw the Airs off and try and get them thinking a little.
Offensive board by Bailey Knoll. Foul called on Nathaniel Salmon. One of these youngsters. It's a good learning curve taking on Auntie, Aaron Bailey Knoll. And the dark arts of inside the key.
I may be a fan of that over the amount of three-pointers that we shoot sometimes, but coaching with Nick Horvath and myself together, we may have a focus on that inside presence.
And this time, the young Jets come away with the ball. Foul called on Ty Wynyard. I think you're right, Miles. The Jets just need to get the ball in the hoop. 2 for 11 from the field so far. Tukaha Cooper orchestrating traffic. Here he is. Davison just forcing him out wide. Bailey Knoll, right place, right time with the steal. Here comes Richie Roger.
And that's the 8th turnover for the Jets. They've really got to value possession of the ball. They can't keep giving up shots to a team that's already played a game and got a little bit of experience under their belt.
Salmon.
There we go.
Nice fast break basketball from the Jets. There's Richie Roger the other way, looking to drop it off to Wynyard. And delicate touch from Ty Wynyard. Momosia. Nathaniel Salmon, that one off the front iron. Roger. And the Airs, despite the game last night, not afraid to push the pace so far in this one.
And the Airs.
Tukaha Cooper with the steal.
Another turnover. Coaching staff will not be happy with
Momosia.
that.
The wrong side of the hoop, probably, especially with bouncy Carlin Davison anywhere near him. But out of bounds it went off the young Taranaki native, so it will be Jets ball.
And the Airs last time down the floor in a 2-3 zone. And the Jets settled for a three-point shot without really trying to explore the ball into the paint. So if the Airs are going to continue to play that zone, the Jets are going to have to figure out a way to get the ball inside and out, and not just fall for that token defense.
Good crowd here, as we said. Palmerston North love their basketball. Had a few names over the years. Manawatu Jets, Palmerston North Jets.
Yes.
Any others?
Ubix, Palmerston North, Central Power Jets. Some good ones. They've had some great basketball. The great Mika Vakona was a player here. Great little out of bounds there for the Jets. Well executed.
Ben Robertson finishing it off. Walker to Puna. Is Carlin Davison. That one rattles in for Carlin Davison.
After not hitting the rim on his last one, he knocks that one down.
Momoisia winding his way through traffic. Everything but the finish. Davison. Hayes Walker. Hesitation, drives, pulls from the elbow and drains it. Hayes Walker for two.
One of the leading three-point shooters percentage-wise last year. Probably a great idea to run him off the line. Just runs him into open space to pull up for the elbow jump shot.
Momoisia. Aaron Bailey-Noel making a nuisance of himself. The Manawatu ball as Nathaniel Salmon checks back into the game for the Jets. Scott Telfer for the Airs. Collis, catch and shoot from the inbound, a deep two, and down that goes. Jacob Collis' first points in the NBL.
Another debutant, great to see.
Colin Davison getting into trouble at half court. Klein Salmon with the steal.
And the added pressure from the Jets, just speeding up the ball handlers of the Airs and forced a couple of turnovers so far this quarter.
Nathaniel Salmon almost losing the rock, regathering and earning a trip to the Rosine foul line. Nathaniel and Klein Salmon, both out at Mana College.
Had the privilege of working with Arthur Truesdale, long-time Sal's NBL player.
Always key parts of any age grade team for Potterdua over the years. Misses his second from the line. So the deficit 13 now. Here come the Airs. Scott Telfer in the corner. Richie Roger, nice round the back move. Back to Telfer. And travel from Scott Telfer. So another stop from the Jets. Play from Momoisia. Indicates the play as he makes his way up the court. Salmon off the screen, misses the three ball. Some miscommunication on offense there from the Jets, I think, judging by the reaction of the bench.
And it's execution to the point of you've got to pick your time and who's going to be your shooter. What are you running the play for? What are we trying to get out of this?
Puna for three, doesn't go. Bailey Noel again, affecting rebounds, getting the rebound, and everything but the finish.
Possibly the easiest rebound Auntie's ever had in his 300-plus game career.
Here's Collis, driving the lane, takes the contact and finishes. Jacob Collis with a nice move. Roger.
Carlin Davidson, the last couple of minutes, has been a primary ball handler over Richie Roger, trying to get him play off the ball.
Give and go to Davison. Salmon called for the foul.
And Jets coach Natu Tufale's wanting to talk it over.
So timeout called from the Jets. 30 points to 19 midway through this second quarter. Advantage to the Taranaki Airs here in the ballroom.
All right, I'm coming over this side, make some noise.
What have you made the results so far in round one, Miles?
Make some noise.
There's been some almost expected results, and always thrown in the mix the good old supposed upset. But great to see everyone sort of get a game under their belt and finishing with this one here. Obviously, the very first game was a little bit of an undermanned Wellington.
Oh, both Otago and Wellington, I guess, played those first two games. Heavy losses, but with plenty of reinforcements to come. As does this Manawatu Jet side and this Taranaki Air side. You know, Shane Tamina plying his trade over in Norway, expected over the next couple of weeks once his playoff run finishes over there. And 3 imports as well.
Yes.
The Jets are yet to announce, but I'm reliably informed have signed. Will be here over the next few weeks as well. So this young side will get a few reinforcements, and the Airs as well. A couple of imports on the way too, including Javonte Douglas. JJ Douglas played for them a few years ago. Had a remarkable season. He's over currently playing the playoffs in Russia.
Which would be an interesting place
Very
to be
interesting
playing
place to be
at
right
the
now.
moment. It's an amazing sport where it can take you into all sorts of regions of the world.
Oh, nearly the play that we all like to see. Carlin Davison throwing it down on an alley-oop from the inbound, but he just couldn't get his paw on the ball. Momosia the other way. Beautiful finish through contact. Certainly not short of belief, this young Jet side in this game. Down by 9 now, they've trimmed the deficit. This is Telfer, former Westlake Boys High School student.
I'm sure that was a matchup at practice a lot last year.
Davison's 3 missed. Again, Bailey Knoll being a pest. But the Jets retain possession. 7. And that pass just picked off by Aaron Bailey Knoll.
I feel like both sides just need a settling basket or someone to stick the ball under their arm and just get something going for them.
There's Bailey Knoll going to work in the posts. Veteran move from the former Tall Black and the former Manawatu Jet.
And the former, yes, indeed.
One of a host of clubs that Aaron Bailey Knoll's played for in his storied career.
Make some noise, Tommy, come on. Let's get them going.
Momosia's 3 doesn't go. Bailey Knoll with the board.
And Bailey Knoll coming out in much better shape. I don't know what the strength and conditioning program is like in Taranaki at the moment, but Aaron Bailey Knoll and Ty Wynyard are probably the best shape I've seen them in a long, long time, and that is something to, a very athletic take there by Carla Davison.
He'll go to the Racine foul line. Well, Aaron Bailey Knoll, I was talking to him before tip-off, and, you know, wasn't contacted by the Airs until late in the off-season. You know, thought that he might be hanging up the boots for good, but then the call came, and here he is. And having a good game tonight so far as he makes his way to the bench, and Carlin Davison makes his way to the Racine free throw line. Aaron Bailey Knoll had stints with the Saints, the Jets, and 5 separate stints with the Taranaki Airs, and let's not forget 2020 with the Auckland Huskies at the NBL Showdown when he came up, reinforced Kevin Braswell's side. Davison makes his second. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first half. Here's Momosia. Trying to find a bit of space inside. Finds Nathaniel Salmon. To brother Klein. Morrison. Shot's got to go up, and it does from Klein. Salmon, he banks it in, but it's been waved away. Shot clock violation, the call from referee Hayden Pipe.
A very active zone there from the Airs, throwing the Jets into a little bit of offensive disarray.
Telfer around a Puna screen. He pops. Benji Freeman spinning into the lane, finish up the left hand. And the Airs finding a bit of rhythm again. 35-21 they lead here. Just over 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Klein Salmon turns the corner, can't get the three to go. Freeman with the board.
The Airs are just playing with a little more composure at the moment. The last couple of minutes have been much better for them. They had a little bit, went off the boil a little bit, but now they've started to find their way again.
David slings it out to Puna. It's too strong. Morrison brings it in. Klein Salmon pushes the pace. It's Tama Farmasili eyeing up his old schoolmate, Hayes Walker. He goes at him, and he's fouled by him.
Farmasili winning the battle there, drawing the foul.
Carlin Davison takes the seat. Richie Roger re-enters for the Taranaki Airs. Momoisia. Just going to lob it inside. Salmon did well to go up and get it, but poked away by Telfer, and it's Hayes Walker who brings it up for the Airs. Lacking a little bit of execution at the moment, the Jets on offense. Freeman from way out in front. Down it goes, Benji Freeman with a good couple of minutes of action for the Airs.
Just unselfish play. Guys giving up the ball from a good shot to a better shot. You see there Walker with the assist.
Salmon, his three ball, rattles around the rim and then into the outstretched arms of Elijah Puna. Well, Richie Roger picked up the dribble, finds Benji Freeman. Hayes Walker, a little hesitation. Puna with the baby hook, doesn't go. Who's going to get that? Pace Momoisiers. They have to play a leadership role in this Jet side. At least the first couple of weeks is young Pafe. Foul called. And it will be Jets ball.
And late substitution.
Luca Richards back into the game. Isaac Morrison takes the seat.
A couple of fouls for Richards in the first quarter. Let's see how he finishes out this one.
It's Farmasili. Two on the shot clock. Farmasili driving off the rim. And we're just under 30 to go in the first quarter. Richie Roger controls possession for the Taranaki Airs. Here's Benji Freeman. Is he making another one? He can. Benji Freeman on a tear late in the second quarter for the Airs. The 18-year-old out of St Andrews in Christchurch gets the rebound there as well. And that'll do us half-time here at the Ballroom. And it's the Taranaki Airs who lead the Manawatu Jets 41-21. The Jets, for all the enterprise and endeavour, just yet to really get going executionally. And we can head over to Miles Pearce, who's got Ty Wynyard.
Ty, a great first half from you, being able to dominate inside. How are you guys going to continue that form into the second half?
Yeah, I think we just got to get on the rim. You know, I think we're more on the same page compared to last night, where we're getting into actions that we know the correct spacing and that. So we just got to keep doing that, keep them off the boards, and get on the rim. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Good luck for the second half.
Great to hear from Ty, and let's hear now from Pafe Momoisia.
Some early jitters for you guys, young team. How are you guys going to combat that and come out in the second half?
Yeah, first of all, Whawhitalia Tour. Yeah, young team. I think we got the nerves out in the first quarter, but I think what's key for us is not rushing, trying to stay patient and get through our whole offense. Also, I think we're forcing a lot of threes, and they're not dropping, so we need to try get in the paint, put some pressure on the rim. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Good luck for the second half. Back to you, Hugh.
Taranaki lead the Manawatu Jets at half-time here, 41-21. We'll be back after the break with some analysis.
So in recognition of being a member of the very first
What score?
Jack passed away in 2015 at the grand old age of 93 years. He had two sons in Palmerston North, Phil and Graham, both ex-Palmerston North Boys High School pupils. Even in his later years, he still liked to get out and shoot some hoops with the grandchildren. The BBNZ First Star Award is being presented today to Graham Blumell by Pero Cameron, BBNZ Hall of Famer. Now we're going to have a bit of a dance off. What I'm going to be looking for is the GJ Gardner Homes biggest team fan. And you're going to win a GJ Gardner basketball. Alright? So you need to stand up and really be seen. Benny's going to keep an eye out. Alright? And I'll be keeping an eye out as well. Are you ready for a dance off? Stay where you are, but stand up so I can see you. I have basketballs. You gotta show me your moves. Let's go, let's go. Can you do that, Benny? Woo! Yeah, Benny! Yes! Can we do that? Who is the biggest GJ Gardner Homes fan? Come on, that's enough. Oh, yeah, got a bit of a
And welcome back, half-time here at the Ballroom in Palmerston North. The Taranaki leading 41-21 in what has been a low-scoring affair. Miles Pearce, as the fans get into it here, as the GJ Gardner Bulls get out. One of my favourite mascots in the league. Not so much for the costume, although, you know, I do like what he's wearing, but the fact to score Benny the Bear, Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jets getting it done.
Great song, great song. Anyway, Hugh Bain and Miles Pearce here, and as the GJ Gardner Homes Bulls are thrown out to the crowd here, we'll have a look at some of the stats for this attritional battle. And those stats are a little bit off. I don't know how far we've gone back for those stats, but those are the right teams and some players from a few years ago. Isaiah Morioho Leafa playing his trade very well now in the Australian NBL.
Yes, and that's a great game, 32.
Yeah, he's doing well if that is what we do. So I guess we'll talk it through. Miles, you know, this is we made, you know, no secret, this is the very young Manawatu side. What have you made of them? A lot of them you've seen come through your coaching over the years at schools and academies. What have you made of how they've adapted to their first look at NBL action tonight?
You got some guys who are just trying to fight through some nerves and some jitters. It's the same game, but it's a different game. It's a whole new level, and some of the things that you're going to get as a junior, and here we go with the stats, some of the things you're going to get as a junior you might not get at this level, but see there, Ty, when you're leading the way, points in the paint is going to be such a big one for the Jets. And
would you say that they've done quite well to keep Ty Wynyard to just 10? Because, you know, in a game like this against such a young team, you know, Ty Wynyard, he would certainly would have been a point of emphasis for the Jets to slow him down.
Yeah, you'd have to. They've got no one that can match him with their size, so it's absolutely fantastic. And the ageless wonder leading the way on the glass.
Been making a nuisance of himself to everyone. Aaron Bailey-Noel in this one in leads rebounds with 6. Peyton Mosia with 4, a guard for the Jets. So those bigs for the Jets need to step up in that side of the game. And then we see the assists: Hayes Walker, Richie Roger, Carlin Davis, and Elijah Puna all on 2. Great sharing of the ball from the Airs.
And that's something that we started to see in stretches for the Airs, just that extra ball movement, the extra pass, which was great. And a couple of fantastic above the rim defensive plays from Davis and Salmon.
And Nathaniel Salmon with a huge block at the start of this game. Can this Manawatu Jet side get the ball in the hoop? That's really going to be the question for this third and fourth quarter. You see Aaron Bailey-Noel there as well, leading the steals counter along with Carlin Davis and Tukaha Cooper. So the teams are making their way back onto the court now. The fans enjoying it, even though their team are currently down by 20, 41-21 at half-time. Third quarter live from the ballroom coming up after the break here on the home of sport, Sky Sport. Minute away here from the ballroom in Palmerston North, as you see the great Perry Cameron, part of the Taranaki Airs coaching staff now. And they're up by 20 points against this young Manawatu side, awaiting reinforcements from overseas. Plenty of young Manawatu Jets fans in the crowd today. A fantastic turnout here for the season opener for the Jets. Under new management, under new ownership, and the new coach. And Perry Cameron, the biggest off-season addition to the Taranaki Airs. I'd say Hugh Baden here alongside Miles Pearce. And Miles, if you were in either locker room or both locker rooms at halftime, what are your messages to both these sides?
Unfortunately for Coach DeFala, you can't call a timeout and just say put the ball in the hoop. The Jets have just got to make some shots. They've had some really good looks. Unfortunately, they just haven't knocked some of them down. So for that sort of thing, keep disrupting the Airs, trying to take them out of their offense. But realistically, 21 points in a half isn't enough. And the offensive, they've run, they've executed well. They just need to value possession of the ball, knock down some shots. For the Airs, it's going to be more keep doing what you're doing. Keep making a focus of the points in the paint, take advantage of guys like Wynyard and Bailey Knoll inside.
Well, we saw the Nelson Giants score 33 points in the opening quarter of the season. The Jets still at 21 at half time. Thanks to, in part, Aaron Bailey Knoll and his defensive pressure and just the way he reads the game. We did mention at the start, if you missed the start of the broadcast, this active Jets roster tonight, just 33 NBL games between them before tonight. Aaron Bailey Knoll, 303.
Almost by the factor of 10.
There's Nick Horvath, former NCAA champion.
Yes. Played with
former Tall Black.
Yes, former Tall Black. Played with some legendary people at Duke there. Teammates with J.J. Redick in that championship year. Carlos Boozer, Chris Duhon. Went on to have some decent careers, and none prouder than Tall Black being representing New Zealand for
Absolutely.
Now leading the Manawatu
on-court rivalry with Casey Frank.
Oh, yes.
And a great off-court friendship with Casey Frank. It's a lovely story between Nick and Casey.
Almost romantic.
Ready to go here is Trent Adam, coach of the Airs. We want more of the same on the defensive end from his side. And Richard Roger gets us back underway.
Bone-crunching screen from Bailey Knoll there.
Yep, welcome to the second half. Pay for more, see it, says Auntie. 6 on the shot clock. Carlin Davison, step back 3. Off to the right. Luca Richards scampers to get the rebound.
And that's probably not what Coach drew up coming out of halftime, but with some defensive pressure. Great take down the lane.
Athletic drive. A bit more intent already there shown from the Jets. Well, Walker, ball on a string. Auntie's wide open. Straight into contact goes Bailey Knoll, and Hayes Walker threads a pass. Great seal from Bailey Knoll, and the finish too.
Another assist for Walker. Great seal. He's doing the work before he gets the catch.
Klein Salmon this time pulls up from the elbow. So the Salmon brothers both with points to start this second half. There's Bailey Knoll running downhill. A reset through Roger. Ty Wynyard puts the ball on the floor, loses it. Stolen there by Klein Salmon. The younger brother Nathaniel up with his right hand. Had plenty of interest in NBL clubs in the off-season, did Nathaniel Salmon. Chose to sign with his brother, with the Manawatu Jets.
And quite a strong basketball family. Her older sister played quite well through the junior ranks and then got to the NCAA.
Quick hands from Bailey Knoll. Wynyard, Luca Richards called for the foul, and Ty Wynyard will head to the Racine foul line. To shoot 2. Well, we talked about the three-point shooting woes of the Taranaki Airs last night, Miles, against Auckland Tuatara. Tonight it's the turn of the Jets to struggle from beyond the arc. Just 2 for 14. The Airs 5 for 12. This time Wynyard makes his first from the Racine foul line.
I don't know how many times you're going to have and the Airs have got a fairly good shooting squad. Walker can shoot, Roger can shoot, you know, guys off the bench, but they were 2 of 27. That's not a great clip, so hopefully that doesn't happen too often for any team. Robertson taking advantage of some size down low against Walker.
Yeah, spin move and a finish from Ben Robertson.
Before he started, when I first saw him with Brendan Polyblank, he was a 4-man.
Ben Robertson.
He was a 4, and so he's progressed from 4 to 3 to 2. So it's great to see him still using some of that prior knowledge to get to work in the post.
Not much size currently on this Jets roster, but when Shane Temmeter comes back, and from what I'm told, a 6'11" import as well.
And Shane definitely brings a little bit of athletic ability as well as size and experience.
Salmon rising from the elbow, but just couldn't finish. Hayes Walker with a nice drive and a finish too off his right hand.
Non-preferred.
Daniel Salmon fires it over Momoisia, who caught that on the thumb. A bit of a grimace there from Pafe.
And he's probably not the guy that you need to have out of the game. He's done a great job organising the Jets at the moment.
Richie Roger shakes off the pass to Hayes Walker and is fouled by Robertson. A little over enthusiastic.
And it's great to see them getting after it and trying to be aggressive and assertive on the defensive end of the floor. But you've also got to balance that with how are the referees calling it and what can I get away with? Unfortunately, that sort of contact right in front of a referee isn't going to help.
Roger scampers through the lane, finds Walker, tucks it under his arm. And that will remain Ayers' ball. It's Tukaha Cooper. Returns to the fray for the Jets. Ben Robertson takes the seat.
Checks out with his 4th foul.
Look for Cullen Davison, eventually gets it high up to that board. Aaron Bailey-Knoll, absolutely no business getting that rebound, but he did. So Richie Roger drops it off to Ty Wynyard, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Will, the big man.
Where he's been a couple of times tonight to the Racine charity stripe. Hopefully he can convert here and just settle the Airs for another possession.
Looking to add to his 13 points. Leading the game, and it's Ty Wynyard. Make it 14.
Let's go, Palmy, make some noise. Bit of 2 minutes, let's go.
Makes them both, it's Ty.
Let's go, Jets, come on.
Cooper finds Momoisia. Skips into the lane, Bailey-Knoll with some good help, but Salmon with a nice finish. Klein Salmon, that is. Richie Roger.
Jets changing up their defense again, getting into a 1-3-1 zone.
And it's worked in this case as Klein Salmon finds Nathaniel. It's Tukaha Cooper, 3-ball, doesn't go. Nathaniel Salmon, good rebound. Finds his brother Klein, the 3-ball rattles in. And a bit of noise from the Palmerston North faithful. 48-32. Approaching the midway point of the 3rd quarter. Richie Roger trying to find a bit of space. Another stop from the Jets. Again, Klein Salmon in the thick of things.
Klein's come out in the second half with renewed energy.
Collis going to work with Ty Wynyard. Finishes well, unconventionally. And a timeout there from Trent Adam and the Taranaki Airs as the Jets go on a little run. Bit of wind beneath their wings. 48-34.
And it's just a stretch for the Airs where maybe relaxed a little with the lead. Just a little bit of insecurity with the ball, a couple of soft passes, active hands from the Jets, and they've come out ready to play in this 3rd quarter.
Watch your hips. Down this way. Watch your hips.
Outscoring the Airs by 5.
13-7.
13-7. My math is terrible. Waiting for live stats, and I can't do math.
Clyde Salmon with 10 points now. Nathaniel with 8. Ty Wynyard leading the way with 15 for the Ears.
It's having a sibling that I played with. It's actually quite great to be able to get a run at a decent level with a sibling. Argument always is who's going to take the last shot if you need to.
Because it has to be one of you two, eh? Certainly not one of the teammates.
No, clearly not. Never going to be one of the teammates. Do you think Pero and Ray had this conversation? Who do you think won that? Jody won.
Jody,
Jody won the conversation.
Oh, instant pressure from the Jets, and Nathaniel Salmon almost forcing a turnover. They'll go again. Ty Wynyard has to come and get the ball to help his smaller teammates out. Here is Wynyard, ball on the floor, finds Richie Roger in the corner. Still in that zone, the Jets. Scott Telfer fires it over to Roger. They get the 3 they want. Can't get it to go down, and Momoisia with the rebound. His 5th. There's Momoisia, hands it off. Nathaniel Salmon, a screen, an illegal one by Jacob Collis. And I think he knows it.
The look on his face, you can get away with those every now and then, but the referees have really cracked down in the last couple of Sal's NBL seasons on things like those illegal picks. So that took my entire game away, so that's why I'm on this side of the court now and not the other.
Davison. Beautiful passing. Great get from Ty Wynyard. Oh, Tukaha Cooper did well to prevent the dunk. The ball everywhere, but it's the Jets who come away with it through Momoisia. Scrappy defense from the Jets. Salmon fires it over. Cooper from the wing. Off the back iron. Momoisia with another rebound. The drop inside to Collis. Davison comes to help. The Jets just starting to look a little more, bit more confident and a bit more direct with ball in hand, Miles Pearce.
And they've just had, that first half was the settling half. Everyone this season's probably going to need that, and the Airs got their one out last night. The Jets have taken a little bit of time to get going.
Richie Roger skipping and finishing. Yeah, nice from Richie Roger. On a 2-3x3 Tall Blacks in this team with Ty Wynyard. Aaron Bailey-Nola, former 3x3 Tall Black. Cooper blocked by Wynyard on the perimeter. Here's Davison looking for Wynyard. That pass, he does well to get his big bearman on it. Turns the corner, Ty Wynyard.
Got some inches and kilos right there.
52-36. A much improved third quarter from the Jets, but still being kept at arm's length. The 3 ball from the corner doesn't go. Jacob Collis there, though, to tip it in.
And he's been great off the bench for the Jets, providing a spark and some energy. So it's going to be really interesting to see how his role develops throughout the season.
Wynyard fires it over. Carlin Davison. Travel, and that thunderous dunk won't count. And it's another stop for the Jets. There's Carlin Davis, just a little travel.
Shame, because that was a highlight waiting to happen.
Just wonder, Miles, how much last night is going to come into play over the next quarter and 2.5 minutes.
It's not only the game that comes into play as well, it's the up early, travel, large humans on a small plane.
They didn't get home, or back to the hotel in Auckland last night till about 10 o'clock. The Ears, and had to be up early at 6 o'clock in the hotel lobby as Cooper is called for a foul. Benji Freeman will go to the line to shoot 2. I just wonder if the Jets can just get a little more of that momentum we've seen in this third quarter. they can claw their way back into this game.
And they've really done it on the defensive end. You're never going to be able to make up a large deficit in a couple of possessions. So they're just going to keep chipping away, defensive pressure, force the airs into things that they're not used to doing.
Benji Freeman makes them both. He's had some good minutes off the bench for the Airs.
He was here recently for an under-19 qualifying tournament and had a fantastic tournament. I was lucky enough to watch him play in his own age group as well. And it was great to see him make that step up to the NZNBL as well.
Had 20 points in the under-19 National Championship Grand Final for Canterbury last year. Pharmacy finds Robertson. 2 on the shot clock, stolen by Carlin Davison. Carlin Davison in open court, and there it is. That one will count. Two-handed slam from Carlin.
And it's tough. The air zone, very active, long. I don't think the Jets broke the three-point line once in that possession.
Still passing around the perimeter here. Coach Tafale screaming out for some movement. Klein Salmon's three doesn't go. Freeman with the rebound. The Tom Brady pass to Carlin Davison, who stepped on the baseline.
So great job tracking that down. Unfortunately, it's still going to go down as a turnover.
Bit of a let off for the Jets as Isaac Morrison comes back into the game. Klein Salmon sits down after an industrious third quarter. Ben Robertson. Cooper eventually breaks the three-point perimeter. It's a jump ball, so it will remain Jets ball.
Once again, after the game, we can move the guys. The area will be sectioned off just to give them some space, and then you can move forward.
Some subs coming into the game.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
Walker and Bailey Knoll check back in.
So Amosili will inbound the ball. He does to Jacob Collis. Robertson, deep three. High. Benji Freeman goes and gets it. And here comes Hayes Walker. Playing in his hometown, of course, in front of his family. His mum, Yvonne, very much involved with the Jets.
Yes, involved with the association, the Jets, and throwing it back to the Hutt Valley Lakers. Their family was hugely involved.
Thomas dives on it, as does Freeman, who's going to come away with that one. Another jump ball, so this time it will be Ayers' possession. And the Moppet is going to be very much needed, I think.
Yes.
The other Moppet not at all interested in coming out.
He's just here. He's just got good seats.
Collis dived on it. Freeman dived on it. Telfer's down there as well. And solo Moppet action.
Let the boys figure it out on court. I'm here, I've got a good seat.
Great to see young fans out at the NZNBL. Oh, now we have dual Moppet.
There we
action.
go.
That's good to see. Bit of teamwork out there from the Moppets. Young fans wearing green whatever way they can. And Aaron Bailey-Knoll will get us back underway from the baseline.
After a little bit of confusion. Collis off the bench has been great for the Jets. 10 points in 16 minutes, throwing a couple of rebounds. His energy and effort's been it's something that they've really, really needed.
Freeman, price check off the side of the backboard. So under 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, 56-38. Jets have shown a lot more enterprise in this third quarter. Here's Collis, and he'll go to the receiving foul line. No, he won't. He'll step on the out of bounds. So Richard Roger will assess the game situation with 30 seconds to go in the third. Walker Fires it over to Freeman. Barrels into the lane, spins one way, spins the other, and then it's blocked by the backboard again.
7 seconds on the clock.
5 to go. Palmerston's three drops. And it's a fitting way for the third quarter to end for the Jets. They piled on 20 points after just 21 in the whole first half. Still alive in this one. 56-41, Tamafa Amusili finishing the third quarter on a high. Can they claw their way back into it? We'll find out after the break. Fourth quarter to come here on Sky Sport.
All right, come on. Everybody take a hit. No one's dancing. You're in the way. You're in the way. Go.
Welcome back, 56-41, a quarter to go. There's Darnay Samuel, fresh from Australian NBL duty. Former Manawatu Jet, of course.
Yes, indeed.
Ready
We've
to
had a
take
few
the
of
court.
those. We've got Pulse player Paris Mason sitting down courtside as well, watching.
A lot of the Central Pulse have actually filtered in after their ANZ Premiership game must have finished, so good to see. Some cross-code support here in Palmy.
Paris Mason winning a title for Taranaki.
Hell of a basketball player.
Hell of a basketball player, and a title for Manawatu in the basketball. So it's great to see her here supporting her boyfriend Hayes Walker.
Turnover to start this quarter though for the Jets.
As
And he's
McClellan
done the
sees
airs.
his first first bit of action,
Tyrone
checking in for the
McClellan,
Jets.
formerly of the Franklin Bulls. Can he help this Jet side complete what would be an absolutely phenomenal comeback? 3 seconds in the key, the call against Ty Wynyard. So a couple of sloppy possessions to start this fourth quarter for both teams.
That's the 15th turnover for the Airs. Both teams with 15. I know it's early in the season, but those are the sorts of things that you really want to take care of early in the piece. Those things can cost you games.
Defense, the call rings out around the ballroom. Richie Roger, good hand from Collis. And it will remain Airs possession. Coach Tafane next to a couple of pretty handsome commentators. Here's Roger. Round the Wynyard screen, looking for his big man. Instead finds Hayes Walker. One on the shot clock, gets it up just in time. Carlin Davison gets there, but Isaac Morrison comes down with the board. Here comes Robertson. Scott McLennan in the corner. He runs into some pretty heavy air. And referees Callum Welch and Melanie O'Connor just going to discuss. There was 2 whistles. Foul called on Elijah Puna.
Robertson pushing the tempo, getting the defense on the heels there.
Ben Robertson to the Resine foul line.
Situations like this is great for the Jets. Clock's not running. getting to the Racine charity stripe, knocking down some shots. Oh, well,
Missing both.
but the ability to do that will hopefully get him back in this ball game.
So when Hayes Walker under duress from his good friend, Tama Palmerston.
Two former New Zealand juniors. Hayes Walker playing for Mike Fitchett.
Heard of him?
With a talented group, including Sam Wardenberg, people like that. And Isaac with Gavin Briggs going at Crete in 2019.
Walker puts up the three. High off the back. Ty Wynyard just reaches over and gets it and puts it in. Here's McLennan. Palmerston fires from three-point range. Not going to go. Apuna with the rebound. We have a foul. Called on Collis. Aaron Bailey-Knoll back into the game, as is young Luca Richards.
See if Richards and Robertson can survive these last 8 minutes, both on 4 fouls, both playing extremely hard in their debuts.
Richie Roger going at Tyrone McLennan, I should say. Beautiful move from Roger. Palmerston fires it over to McLennan. Thought about the three, instead drops it down on Richards. Nice basketball from the Jets. Finished off by Luca Richards.
The recipient of some great work there. Great backdoor.
Bailey-Knoll combining with Walker for 2 points.
Walker's dished out a few assists tonight. It's good to see him on the receiving end.
62-43. Screen from Richards. Robertson. Here's McLennan. The three ball just opened up for him. Can't get it to go. Who's going to come down with that one? Ty Wynyard. Colin Davison almost lost the rock.
Aaron Knoll with the mismatch.
Screaming for it, gets it.
Jets finally recover from that. Colin was guarding him.
Ty Wynyard with a big step back three. Doesn't get it to go. Farmasili with the rebound.
That 3x3 is definitely, he got Ty moving and shooting a little more than he has as a junior level.
Collis with a good offensive ball, but he can only push it as far as Richie Roger. We can have a timeout from the Jets at the next available opportunity. Hayes Walker.
Good reject. Great
Slings
find.
it over to Carlin Davison. High arcing three, doesn't go. Rebound by Robertson. Hayes Walker with the foul, and now we'll get the timeout from the Manawatu Jets. Still 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this one, 62-43.
And we've seen recently in the NBA a number of games where big leads have been lost. The value of the three-point line is so important in today's game. And if the Jets are able to knock a couple of quick ones down, this game could really swing and turn. Home crowd will get behind them, that's for sure.
On the few runs the Jets have had, it has got loud in here. Coach Tafale talks it over. Benny thinks it over. Looks like he's been quite mischievous, isn't he? You never know what that bear's up to. And the Airs will just be talking about keeping that concentration. Their first win of the season after the loss to the Rob Lowe and Chris Johnson inspired Auckland Tuatara last night. They make their way to Nelson this Friday to take on the Giants. It's a matchup that's going to be exciting after the debut of Trey Morning.
He had a great debut, didn't he? And I think that he's going to be a handful for a lot of teams. I know the Nelson Giants always seem to have a great core group of guys from Nelson, and it's great to see former junior tall black Tyler Marsh there. I don't know about his haircut. I'll have to get in touch with T. Marsh about that one, but they've always got a great group of guys and great core of guys, and the pieces that Fitchett's added this year, it's going to be a really exciting year for them.
Big contact on Paith Momoisea, but he managed to get his own rebound somehow. Klein Salmon, 3-ball, doesn't go. Big rebound from Nathaniel, though, and they reset the Jets. Momoisea has to go and get that one. 6 on the shot clock. Drops it off. McLennan, Mouse in the house, then he finishes.
A little bit of a spark off the bench, seeing some fourth quarter minutes.
Yeah, interesting. We didn't see him all game until the fourth quarter. Bailey Noel inside. Loses the handle. Jets ball.
Bailey Noel trying to talk the referees into changing that call. For over 300 games he's been doing that, and I don't know how many they've changed for him.
Here's McLennan. Scurries along the baseline. Who's going to come out with that one? Luca Richards dives on it. And a jump ball to call. And that'll be Ayers ball.
The Sal's Mop boys are a little more active at this end of the floor.
Good to see. Local junior volunteers. Many a great player started by mopping a floor.
Hayes Walker started that way.
Dylan Boucher as well. Dylan Boucher had to mop the floors in the days of Benny Anthony. That's some hard work, let me tell you. Davison, that pass, it's a little too ambitious, and he lost it out of his hand. McLennan. Nathaniel Salmon wants it in the corner, gets it. Here's Luca Richards. Fires a pass to Tyrone McLennan, 7 on the shot clock. McLennan, great pass, Salmon! Good double block there from Freeman and Davison.
Davison may have been a little higher. You'd probably get the credit for that one, but it was great defense. Great recovery.
Pass from Bailey Noel. And the Airs just keeping the Jets at arm's length, but not putting them away. 4.5 minutes still to go in this fourth quarter.
It's something that Coach Trent Adams probably getting a little frustrated with, just some of the turnovers, and it's tough if you build a big lead. You tend to relax a little at times, so it's just a matter of trying to get those guys on track.
Momoisea, Nathaniel Salmon rises from three-point land off the back iron. Momoisea goes and gets another rebound. Paith Momoisea with 8 boards now into the lane. He goes! Carlin Davison was waiting like a sprung coil. And another block for Carlin. Fires it down low. Ty Wynyard into the Rosine foul strike. Ty Wynyard goes.
And Ty proving the unstoppable force down low. Richards picks up his 5th.
5th foul for Luca Richards on debut. Still in his final year at school at Te Kura Kaupapa Māori o Terito in Otaki. Bright future ahead of him. Tough first assignment in the NZNBL while still a school kid, looking after Ty Wynyard for the night. And he goes to the bench with a smile on his face. Good on him. Wynyard makes them both, makes the Jets pay. And the lead back out to 19. Time running out for the Jets as they stage a miraculous comeback. Momoisea's 3 would help. It doesn't go. Rebounded by Benji Freeman, who's been impressive in his minutes off the bench for the Taranaki Airs tonight.
And plays at a speed that he wants to play at.
Ty Wynyard
too big, too strong.
Shrugs off Jacob Collis. And finishing the game as he started it, Ty Wynyard. A couple of powerful alpha moves. Foul called on the floor against Hayes Walker, who's looking like he'll walk out of his hometown gym with a win.
Hayes picked up his 4th there. Walker checks out, Davison checks in.
Collis Freeman does well, just to get rid of the ball. Davison on the floor working hard for it. In the end, Collis gets it. Davison slow to get up. Collis comes away with 2 points. And Cullen Davison might just limp to the bench. As the Moppets are called into action. Oh, Cullen Davison sent back out. And back to the bench.
One of the quickest rotations for Hayes Walker. Checking out, possession, checking back into the next possession.
Telo Luapepe onto the court for his first taste of Sales NBL action for the Jets. Here's Roger. Round a Wynyard screen. Fashions himself a bit of space and a nice little floater there from Richie Roger.
And the Airs really do have luxury with the handles, and Walker, Roger, Davison have all taken turns leading the team, bringing the ball up the floor. Being able to get the team into offense and execute some things that they want to do on the offensive end.
McLennan into the lane, drops it off to Collis, but he just couldn't corral that ball. Here's ball. To Kaha Cooper, back into the game. Paith Momoisia takes a seat. 2.5 to go in this one.
Coach Trent Haddam calling a timeout.
Timeout, the Airs want to work on something. Finish off their round 1. Looks like they're going to finish it off with a win, Miles.
And it's always a tough thing to start on a doubleheader. But to split that doubleheader is always a much better result than going the 0-2. So I'm sure Coach Adams happy with the position they're in, but as he said a couple of minutes ago, they want to finish this off.
Well, this round, of course, was meant to be round 3 of the league,
yes,
with the first 3 rounds pushed to the end.
It's the world we live in these days, flexible and adaptable as we are.
Certainly is.
With extra hand sanitizer and masks. Coach Joe Frost there. Long-time stalwart of Manawatu basketball.
Absolute legend of the game in the region. Father of Tia.
Father of Tia.
Assistant coach for the Jets.
Coached the Jets years ago, led Boys High to back-to-back national championships in the 90s. An absolute legend.
The team's back out on the court with 2.5 minutes to go. Well, looking like it will be a winning debut for Coach Natu Taufale, but he came here to institute long-term change. And that's certainly not going to happen overnight.
But the way these guys have played, the way you measure success is very different for everyone, and I think it's been a successful debut for these guys.
Cy Wynyard just about bring him down the hoop here at the Ballroom with a putback dunk. Certainly quietened the defense chances. The first points for Patella Leo Pepe.
Off the bench late in the game, never shy to get a shot up.
Popular man with the crowd. Ty Wynyard looking to fire back 3 of his own. Big man can't. Rebound by Nathaniel Salmon. There's McLennan. Leo Pepe this time driving, not finishing. Ty Wynyard thought about bringing the ball up and then goes, hang on, game's not over yet. I'll just give it to Richie Roger.
Let a responsible person handle the ball. But Leo Pepe, a basketball name. Corey Leo Pepe at Menlo College in the NCAA. Doing quite well.
Freeman, no look pass. Telfer. 3 ball goes down. Really haven't been impressed with Benji Freeman. Here comes Hayes Walker. Away at the races. Up he goes. Throws it down with his left hand. Leo Pepe driving, dishing. On the finish too, McLennan, and we have a sub here. And Trent Adam emptying the bench, getting his youngsters on. Cameron Quinnell, Caleb Smiler.
And Cam Quinnell, fresh off a junior tall black camp. Great to see another New Zealand junior in the mix.
Caleb Smiler, his cousin Ezra, playing for the Hawks as well. So, proud family watching on the Sales NBL in 2022. Hayes Walker, fake handoff, 3-ball doesn't go. Punched out of hands by Jacob Collis. Inbound. Freeman, nice inbound play by the Airs. Everything but the finish from Benzie Freeman. Cam Quinnell tidies up the scraps.
Junior tall black stuff, happy with that one. Getting his scoring off.
Cooper, check as he went into the lane, and the finish from Tukaha Cooper. And here's Scott Telfer away at the races. Foul there from Nathaniel Salmon. And both teams playing right to the final buzzer.
As I mentioned before, the Jets' definition of success this year is going to be very different to some of the other teams in the Sales NBL. But the way that these young guys have played, they haven't quit, keep playing hard, fought every possession, and they've made some mistakes. And that's the only way they're going to learn.
Remember, there are Shane Tamina and 3 imports to come.
Yes.
So those definitions or expectations might update once those arrive. And
they will indeed.
Coach Tafale has a look at them.
But I think you can see some very, very good futures, very bright futures for some of these young guys here on both sides. Only one who's not really fitting into that young category is the ageless wonder.
Aaron Bailey Knoll.
He's had a fantastic game.
Little Pepe 3 goes. He's got a spark. He's given his coach something to think about at the end of this game, and that's exactly where we're at. Full time here at the Ballroom. The Taranaki Airs 78, their first win of the season. The Property Brokers Manawatu Jets 57. As we see a bright ending for this very young Jet side. Imports to come, big man Shane Tamina to come too. So plenty to be excited about if you're a Manawatu Jets fan in 2022, but a win for the Taranaki Airs after a loss last night. They split their road trip 1-1 and head home to New Plymouth tonight with a win under their belt. And they get ready to take on the Hawke's Bay Hawks on Thursday. Ty Wynyard led the scoring with 25 points. He had 10 rebounds as well. Good night for the big man. And young Jacob Collis on debut at Palmerston North Boys High School with 12 points for the Airs. There's Trent Adams. We'll talk it over with anyone who wants to, celebrating his win. We can head over to Miles Pearce, who's got Hayes Walker.
Hayes Walker, welcome home. Great win back on your home court. How are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, good job from the boys today. Great to be back in Palmy. Good to get our first dub as well after a tough loss yesterday. So, yeah, good to be here.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Bring in Ty. Monster game for you. Double-double, 25 and 10. How are you feeling after that one? How are the legs after the double-header?
No, it was good. I mean, the boys turned around really well. Got in some good recovery. staying. And got some stretching in, good food. So, yeah, I think, we really bounced back after that loss. It was a big loss, so it's good to be able to get a win and just be with the brothers. So, yeah.
No, it was great. That pre-game nap probably helped the most, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Great game. Back to you, Hugh.
Thank you, Miles. Always a bit of fun hearing from Ty and Hayes, and I'll be happy. And as we said, plenty of promise to come in the future for this Jet side. All smiles for Hayes Walker. playing in front of lots of friends and family. And girlfriend, who arrived late after finishing her game with the Central Pulse. Let's have a look at the tail of the tape for this one. Bailey Noel, what an influence he had in that first half. As we see, young Jacob Collis with 12 points. Miles made special mention of him in the second half, and Klein Salmon with 10. Benji Freeman also had 10, but it was Ty Wynyard who, really from the get-go to the let-go, was the toughest man to stop on that court.
And it's great to see young Jacob Collis come in and just a real spark off the bench. And I think if he keeps playing like that, he's really going to forge a place for himself in this team.
Have a look at the rebounds as well. Ty Wynyard with 10. Faith Momoisia with 8. And Bailey Noel as well, who really did such a fantastic job in that first half of just making life hard for this young Jet side. And what an education it will be for those youngsters playing against someone like Bailey Noel.
What I love about this is you've got one of your guards leading the rebounds there, and he just shows his versatility. He's got great size at that position, and it's going to be an exciting season with him leading from the front.
Led the way did Faith Momoisia as well with assists, and the assists spread nicely across that Ayers roster. Carlin Davison, who would have guessed it, with 3 big blocks. He gets his blocks in a very different way to the likes of Sam Timmins, but boy, does he go and get them.
He really does, doesn't he? And all above the rim. And you see there the Walker and Davison, 4 steals apiece. Thieves, absolute thieves, taking that, but forcing the Jets into some mistakes. But Klein there, getting it done as well with 5.
Well, that'll do us for round 1 of the Souths NBL. Round 2 coming away from Thursday, every game live on Sky Sport, of course. The Ayers right back into action on Thursday night from TSB Stadium in New Plymouth, taking on the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who suffered a shock loss this afternoon at home to the Franklin Bulls. The Nelson Giants, the 1-0 Nelson Giants, taking on the 1-0 Auckland Tuatara. What a matchup that'll be on Friday night at Trafalgar Centre in Nelson. And the Otago Nuggets taking on the Wellington Saints. 2 teams are hoping to have a few more faces in this one. Speaking of faces, there's the squash face of Benny there and your lovely face, Miles, as well. And for me, Hugh Bainin and Miles Pearce, an absolute pleasure to bring you Souths NBL basketball on this lovely Sunday afternoon from Palmerston North. We'll do it all again come Thursday in round 2 here on Sky Sport.